So The Athletic is a subscription service with a bunch of sports writers, right? And they ranked every offense 1 to 32. I found it so outrageous. They had Kansas City 1 and Washington 32. Outside of that, I thought it was a mess. How in God's name they could have Cleveland at 18, which is the Noah's Ark of the NFL. They got 2 of everything. They got Tennessee at 9. What? Ryan Tannehill? They have Seattle 5. Seattle has the 28th ranked offense. Rashad Penny at running back's been a bust. And if not, basically Seattle's offense, which looks like a 1984 offense, is water is coming onto the ship. Russell, bail it, and get us to the end zone. So I am going to present, before I get to Mark Schlereth, to me the 10 best offenses. A very redeemable list here. Let's just go 1 through 10. Let's start. These are the 10 best offenses in the NFL. Let's not even argue about Kansas City. Okay, not only is Andy Reid the best schematic guy in the NFL, along with Sean Payton, they had the number 1 scoring offense. 4 of their skill people made the Pro Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, as a baby, had the highest passer rating in league history and the most passing yards per game in NFL history, 303. This is it. This is like the greatest show on turf, but way more talented. Let's not argue over this. Number 2, the Ravens. Listen, they ran for 3,300 yards. That was the most in the NFL. They're the first team since 1950 in a passing league to throw for over 200 yards a game and to rush on average for over 200 yards a game. And by the way, the critics of Lamar Jackson, here's all you need to know. Not in the first half of the season. When everybody's seen film on him, in the second half of the season, the final 8 games, you know what he was? 25 TDs, 1 pick, passer rating 130. He's getting better, folks. He's not getting worse. There's a drop-off now, and it goes to the Saints. Okay, it's KC Baltimore. Saints don't throw the ball deep downfield because Drew Brees has limitations throwing the ball. But they were the 3rd highest-scoring offense. Michael Thomas is hard to cover. They added Emmanuel Sanders, who's a savvy, smart veteran who will step right in and make 75 catches. I like their offensive line a lot. And again, like Kansas City schematically, they're kind of on a different level. I don't even know how you dispute this. Tampa. And I think they may be better, but I just don't know if they'll be better early, so I'll give it to New Orleans at 3. They have the best receiving core in the league, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. I think they have the best tight end group in the league. I thought they were thin at running back, and they drafted it, and they addressed it. They also solved right tackle. Gronk, maybe one of the best blocking tight ends in football, so he'll be terrific in the red zone, and Bruce Arians will challenge Tom to air it out. I like him a lot. I put San Francisco 5. They run with ease. It's a Kyle Shanahan offense. It's really a run offense masquerading as an explosive pass offense. 2nd highest scoring team in the league at 29.9 points a game. They have added left tackle Trent Williams, who is, believe it or not, an upgrade over Joe Staley. Brandon Ayuk is a first-round wide receiver who is wild, explosive out of Arizona State. And listen, for all you Garoppolo critics, slow down. He's the only quarterback to rank top 5 in completion percentage, passing yards per attempt, and passing touchdowns. Garoppolo's fine. The issue to this team is secondary, is reliability at wide receiver. It's not quarterback. Cleveland. Folks, where's the hole? I mean, at this point, it's Baker, because Nick Chubb's probably the most underrated running back. They upgraded at tight end, and they were already good with David Njoku. Now they have Austin Hooper from Atlanta. Jarvis Landry is a monster volume receiver. Odell Beckham is finally healthy, and they solved their tackle issue. They also have J.C. Treader at guard, who I think is way above average. This is a Pro Bowl offense. This is nothing but stars. And if Baker can be a slightly more coachable, a little less ad-libbing, it can be a play-action pass offense over a pass-first offense. They could set records. This could be the best offense in the history of Cleveland Brown football. You may be surprised. I think the Raiders' offensive line is probably the most underrated in football. It's a really good offensive line. The Raiders' rookies last year, their rookies, were number 1 in scrimmage yards, scrimmage touchdowns, rushing yards, catches, and sacks. This is a very young team. Derek Carr is somewhere near top 10 to top 12 quarterbacks. They also went and got Henry Ruggs The speed receiver, keep your eye on the Raiders. Cowboys. Dak can drive me crazy, and the offensive line is getting older. But you may have the potential for 3,000-yard wide receivers. Michael Gallup now, was he a third-round pick? Looks like an absolute steal. He's a burner out of Colorado State. He's become a really nice player. I don't know a ton about tight end, but Mike McCarthy and CeeDee Lamb should add juice to an already potent offense. Green Bay. Now, there's a drop-off here, but they do have a number one receiver, a top quarterback, and a top running back. And Matt LaFleur is a progressive young offensive coach. PFF also puts their offensive line at number 4 in the NFL. So before I hear this, woe is me, Aaron doesn't have anything to work with, he's got a great back, a really good offensive line, a star receiver, and a smart young coach. Philadelphia. Carson Wentz had to carry deck chairs last year at the end of the year, but Wentz was the first quarterback with 4,000 passing yards ever, despite not having a single receiver catch over 500 yards. It shows you the immense talent. I also think Doug Peterson and Wentz, they really work well together. Doug is really clever. Offensive line, hopefully it's not patchwork like it was last year, but those are your top 10 offenses. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.